telling them, I can't fucking breathe. Something is happening. And we just checked you an hour ago. You were only 4 centimeters. So apparently, because textbook says you can't go from 4 to 10 centimeters within an hour, I'm just over here making shit up. When my baby's sliding out of me, breathing amniotic fluid, lungs full of amniotic fluid, which should have never happened. So my second daughter, I didn't go to the hospital. I planned a midwife. I planned a home birth. I don't need none of that shit. I don't need the monitors. I don't need none of the doctors. I don't need no drugs. I have my baby at home.
At home. I was there. Saw it.
So as Black people, we need to really think about our health in a different light. Like, so what, they don't believe you, cuss their ass out. Right. She was up there going off on the doctors, and I'm not saying that Black African doctors was, not believing. I'm saying that you advocate for yourself in the hospital because they're gonna do what they want to do. Them nurses, they just there to get a check. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. You know what I'm saying? So she was there. You need to have somebody there for you to advocate for you, period. And just, if they're not doing what you're supposed to do, where's the patient's advocate office? Right. Every hospital, especially in America, got a patient advocate office. You go in there, you complain until you can't complain no more. Get you one and talk to that one. Don't let them pass you around. Keep you one patient advocate that know your story, knows everything that's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? Not reading the chart and then just catching up on some shit. No, somebody that knows. You know what I'm saying? And usually patient advocates are very, caring and, what I'm saying, like, compassionate about what's going on. But yeah, y'all, so go to the hospital basically if you need, and
especially with your physical health, even mental health. So this is why we're doing this podcast, because my mom had to get to a point, even with her sickness, to realize that she was not okay. We had to get to a point to where you know that this ain't normal, right? You know that this ain't all right.
This ain't all right.
You gotta go, and that's something we like to, especially Black women, like to ignore our own issues. We're so compassionate, so loving for others. We wouldn't make sure everybody else is all right, and then we neglect ourselves. Physically and mentally. So it starts with you. You have to revalue, look at, how can you, just like they say on the plane, how can you help somebody else if you ain't help yourself first? You got to put the masks on first.
You can't breathe, but you over here make sure everybody else can breathe.
Yeah, and Black women in particular have so much on them, on their shoulders, on their back, have that person sucking off their titties, that they just give it all away and then deteriorate.
I mean, I became a mom at 17, 18 years old. So I've been conditioned for so many years to be selfless. Everything goes to everybody else. Right. Everything goes to everybody else. Everybody needs something more than me. To the point where when I was like 35, I asked myself, what do I want? I couldn't give myself an answer. I didn't have an answer. I don't have a what I want. It always included everyone else. I didn't have a selfish bone. I don't have a selfish bone. I don't know what I want personally because I never was given the opportunity to be just with me.
Right.
And when I had this health scare, and mind you, in the middle of this, we didn't even say that I dealt with taking care of my terminally ill father and him passing away at my house in Puerto Rico. So I had a stage of mourning, and I'm still mourning, But when I had this health scare, I was really honest with myself. I'm not okay. I'm not. Mental health will kill you. Unhealthily, mentally will kill you faster than a hip. You have an aneurysm in the brain, things so bad. And that's the crazy part too. My grandmother died of an aneurysm. My father died of a brain tumor. When I went to the hospital, this is the only one of the blessings of going to the hospital. They did an MRI on me because my daughter told them about my family history. You know what I'm saying? I got an MRI, got a whole scan of my brain, my head is clear. So for that, I'm grateful to know that from just
Right.
a couple weeks ago, I saw inside my brain, and everything is Gucci.com up there.
Right.
I personally, I would, when I get older, I want to be present mentally. I don't mind if I have to be have mobility help, but for mental, this is the most important. It's most important.
Yeah, in reality, your mental, your thoughts creates your reality.
Exactly.
Just like these are things my mama tell me, but dis-ease, like being mentally dis-ease creates disease. You don't realize how much your thoughts are really playing a big factor into your physical health as well.
Coming out in your skin and
Yeah.
in your gut.
Yeah, it manifests in many different ways. Holding on to those feelings and emotions is not good for you because it could really literally create physical problems.
Nerves. Here's another thing I learned. Some black people, if you could, your feet be swelling all the time and your hands be swelling all the time, you got inflammation problems. But when your inflammation problems get over-inflamed, then you start having nerve issues. So put your foot down and it tingles real bad, or you're sitting on the toilet and that's inflammation, bruh. That's a side effect of inflammation. You know what I'm saying? So right now, like on the medicine that they was giving me, made me inflame more than normal. Inflammation is a thing that, you get inflammation when you're fighting something.
Yeah, like even when you're cold, your tonsils.
Yeah, your body inflames. But over-inflammation causes nerve damage, nerve problems. And that's another thing. My father had nerve issues.
Yeah.
So I am aware of, but I didn't put the two and two together that the inflammation caused the nerve issues.
Right.
Inflammation can cause nerve issues. I'm talking about involuntary shaking and everything. I was doing this shit. I needed help standing up. After I came home from the hospital, I was shaking like that. Was I not? And I didn't even know that it was because of the inflammation. But I knew my feet and hands were swollen like shit.
Yeah.
I stopped taking the medicine. I started taking turmeric. Turmeric is a natural inflammation reducer. Because my father used to take like ibuprofen all the time, and that's not bad. I mean, that's not good. So I'm like, I need the natural way to keep this down. But I got my inflammation down, and then like my feet stopped acting up. I'm talking about y'all. I couldn't even go to the bathroom at nighttime, in the middle of the night. Get up and you put your feet on the ground and feel like shockwave, like you shattered your damn shin and everything. Just to stand up because the nerves were so irritated.
Yeah. Involuntary response.
Yes. So right now I'm on a lifetime supply of turmeric. I'm taking it every day till I can't. And iron. I need to take iron because of the anemia. If my iron level was up, if my immune system was better, I could have probably avoided that high level of malaria that I had. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, find out what your quirks are and take care of yourself, guys, because
you never know. You never know what could we never expected. Nobody expected and that to happen.
Right.
And it did.
So now I'm just gotta show her how to use the safe. I gotta tell her where my money is and all those things, because you just never know. Like, we didn't expect this. And we're in Africa, and just me and my 2 daughters. I ain't got no husband out here, no cousins. You know what I'm saying? I have friends, though. So shout out to my friend Bo from Burkina Faso. He really stepped up and helped us through this. Called a couple people on our behalf and helped my daughter help me while I was, out of it. So shout out to my friends, family. My mom was like on it. She on the way out here now. I gotta see you, and just people like my best friend too. He was so upset that he couldn't help at the time, and called in the morning like, what's going on? But by the time the morning came, we everything was settled out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
He would still, keep me updated. Whatever I could do, let me know. If I could come, I would. Like, and that's a thing. Like, this is why we're sharing our experience, because we are the example of the person who ignored all of the things over time, we were just like, whatever, and then it blew up. We're trying to let you guys know from our experience, like, you need to start today. Figure out what it is today so you can avoid those type of problems. Like, we went through a malaria situation. That's because we're in Africa. But that don't mean that disease and
COVID,
all that stuff is still going down. People are getting hypertension and this, that, and the third.
Obesity.
It's a huge problem. You know, I watched a little thing, girl. I watched a little thing. 1 in 3 people in America are obese or overweight. 1 in 3. I mean, like 1 in 3. Like
a third.
A third of the American population is obese or overweight. That is a huge problem, and I know a lot of them folks are in the Black community. And the problem is that you got all this fat around you, around your organs, your heart, your lungs. You can barely breathe. Your heart is working overtime.
And fat is heavy.
Fat is heavy. Yeah, fat is heavy. That's why y'all weigh. Excuse me. This is why people weigh extra, because you got this extra fat in your body that's squeezing your internal organs, that's causing problems for you, like hypertension and heart. What's the word? Heart
palpitations.
Yeah, heart palpitations, strokes, breathing issues. You can barely walk outside.
Organ failure. Just. I mean, guys, come on.
Health is so important, physical and mental. Because how do you expect to live a prolonged life if you are not taking care of your health? Your body can only handle so much before it gives out on you.
Right, and we're naturally slim people. That's just part of our DNA. But we also don't eat like we're glutton.
Right.
We eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, garlic. You know what I'm saying? We eat onions. Like we eat every type of vegetable. Like every type.
Like every day.
Every day. Every day. I mean, we run out of garlic and onions like it's
tomatoes.
Like it's going out of style. Yeah, we make smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In Africa too, you guys. We gotta do a podcast one day. One of our episodes showing the fruits and vegetables and how much money they cost. Y'all, I don't care if there's a recession. I don't care if there's oh my God, inflation, all this. Here, I'm lit.